So we've talked about using the undo tool to remove mistakes, but another thing that we often need to do is we might, for speed, just go, actually, I don't really like this hole being here, so how can I get rid of it? Now, in the early videos, you saw me kind of doing it. I just want to make that really clear now. So we have got the eraser tool over here, which is the little pink rubber, and what that does is if you can just hover over one of the lines, then it will just quite happily delete that line for us, and it will do it the same on other edges. Now, what I want to show you guys is if you do that, there are things you need to remember. So if I wanted to get rid of this circle, if I delete this line here, it looks like I've got rid of that problem, which is absolutely great. But if I then use the rotate tool and go and have a look underneath, what we have got is the second part of the circle still in this space here. So it makes life really tricky. So I'm actually looking inside there. Now, if I'd forgotten about that, later on that could be a real pain because it's just a hollow shape and we want things to look solid, just like they do in real life. So it's really important to go back and delete both sides of that circle. So now SketchUp thinks that is a solid shape. Now, another problem with deleting things is maybe you don't like this line here. Now, some people might think, oh, just get rid of that. But by getting rid of it, what you have done is opened up all of this side. So that line there actually showed where two different surfaces meet. So sometimes we just can't delete these lines or get rid of them. If I try deleting in a different way, where I get the select tool and then click on an edge and click delete, the same thing happens where I lose part of my design. It's really difficult to go in and make that look good later on. So again, go to the bottom and undo. We always want the sides of our shape to be solid, so there's no way of seeing inside this shape. Sometimes it's difficult to see when you're moving around, but if you catch a glimpse of something like that, it's almost impossible to fill that in later on. So just be careful when you're deleting things that you don't do it like that. The same if I wanted to delete this box at the top here, I might want to click on that surface and click delete, and now I can see right the way down into it, which is never great. So the better way of doing that is actually to delete these lines. And as I slowly go around and delete these lines, now I go back to what I can see. It's really important that I get rid of all of these. So I'm selecting them and then clicking the delete button on my keyboard to get rid of them. And we do want to get rid of these parts as well. And hopefully it goes back to that sort of shape, so I'm fine. But be really careful when we use the delete tool.